I can English. Hogwarts Legacy is pretty cool.
It's okay.
I have seen none of these horrible racisms. I have not seen any of these transphobic things in the Legacy. I think some people are on crack when they make statements like that about a game that they have no experience with.
Well, you know.
Well, this will get us canceled. Goodbye, viewers.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes, the walk-ins, future walk-ins, edit out this entire bit by making us float upwards into the sky, and this is actually the end credits theme. This is what happens at the very end of the episode.
I don't need you, better things are calling on the way. I won't hear from you at all.
Oh wait, no, we're in part 2. So
how do we go on from part 1 to part 2? This is the actual beginning of the episode now.
Yes. Future walk-ins will do everything with flying colors and have an explosion here just because.
Oh my goodness! I cannot believe that the episode began with an explosion. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Oh my god, it's like the Big Bang.
Quick, throw in the entire Big Bang Theory intro in 2 seconds.
No, because copyright.
But yeah, 600%, dog?
600%.
600% speed?
But yeah, as Trevor alluded to, hey, welcome back to these JoJo discussion type review thing that we're doing.
Jerk
It's
offs.
JoJo's.
The Joe jerks. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Part 3 we'll start getting into some more Joe Bros, but we don't have time for that. We still have Stone Mask and jewelry and running away and the best JoJo in the whole series, and and some pretty good villains. Like we have tons of things to talk about.
Oh yes, I'm very excited. My opinion of part 2, or not really of part 2, just several things in part 2. They had a big old change when I did a rewatch this time around.
For the good or the bad?
Both. To be
cool.
honest, I thought I had my issues with part 2 before, but in reality, it was one glaring thing, which I will bring up. But
is it the ending?
No, it's a fucking mystery that I will never figure out for the rest of my life. I've rewatched this part multiple times, and we'll get there. We will get there.
All right. We'll get there eventually. But first things first. We got our little Twitter talk segment.
Oh my god! I know you mentioned or you warned me about a certain friendo of ours, but I actually haven't read the comments. I'm excited.
Oh, good. Well, we got a total of 3 commenters this time.
Oh my god!
It's glorious. So we have Joseph Sciola. I'd probably mispronounced that, so I apologize. I know who you are, though. From the MHA, the Church of MHA Discord.
Ooh.
Okay, so yours is short and sweet. I really think it might be my favorite part. In the anime, yes, it is the best part of the anime until part 7.
Yeah, that's the ultimate stipulation. As soon as you hit part 7,
it's like okay, no, all arguments are invalid. I go back and forth between it and 4. So he's got some taste.
I see you're a man of culture as well.
Good. Who knows? Maybe my opinions of part 4 will change when I get to it.
Hopefully. For
6 surprised me with how much I loved it too.
Same here, Joseph. We're of the same mind.
Good. Yeah, he usually has some good opinions. So good on ya. All right, here's a returning one. Good old Alves or Alves.
Oh my god, I remember
forget.
Alves.
Oh yes. His is a 3-parter.
Oh.
All right. I actually quite enjoyed part 1 of the anime.
Yes.
So, just repeating what he said last time.
Yes.
Good, awesome. And think the small cuts they made helped the story flow nice and fast. So with part 2, I fell in love with Joseph by the end and the hilarious antics he'd pull. Only real complaint was I wish I was more attached to Caesar.
Oh, that's not a complaint. That's just good.
Yeah, like that's fine, yeah. Though I love the detail with the crimson blood bubble being the last one you see in the opening, and then in parentheses we have goated sexy JoJo's OP bloody stream, which yes, 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 it is. It is the top opening for a reason.
Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry,
We'll get
Great
into that
Days
story.
exist. I'm biased for Great Days.
Look, great day, dude. Great Days is up there too. Like, and also, what was Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town?
Oh, that was really. I don't think
I
it's
like
like the
that
top one, but it's so wholesome. I love it.
It's that. So, fuck it. I'll tell the story now. So it was that opening, the first part 4 opening, and Bloody Stream. Those 2 openings were the reason I even started JoJo.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, that Bloody Stream's up there. Before Joseph puts his bandana on his head, and I wish Lisa got to contribute slightly more, which Araki expressed regret for listening to his editor to do. So those pesky editors and I guess hating women.
Dude, that's the consistent theme, especially when you look at I think this just went viral today, where people were asked like what's the most useless bit of JoJo knowledge that you know, and one person said, oh, apparently the editor is like, hey, for part 6 have a boy as the MC, and Araki's like, no, but it won't sell. That's the exact, like, no one wants a boy, and it's like, that's exactly why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck boys, give me girls.
Exactly. And we get Jolene, who was awesome.
Yes.
But
No complaints.
Yeah, no, none at all. Alti.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to.
We're going to spank him.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm about to spank him when it comes
You
to
might.
his comment.
You might. Love the voice acting and the OST overall. Pillarman, in parentheses, you know,
Fields of Fright.
and the last episode has not only some great Sakuga with the volcanic eruption, but some very satisfying moments. Love Joseph's attitude so much by the end. Such an improvement on Hamon too.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Again, just pushing my agenda of part 2 being as high as it is. But here we are, Trevor. Here we go.
Oh, do you want to keep reading it, or do you want me to have a go?
Oh, just responding to that?
Or just if we need to read. Oh, I thought we were at just come. Never mind. Yeah, no, I agree with Al's, you know?
Yeah. We are on Ulti's one.
Oh boy, should I?
It's also a 3-parter.
Oh god.
Oh, good old part 2.
Oh.
sorry. Love you, Ulti, but
Oh no, I know where this is gonna go.
After a pretty okay story with part 1,
I will break your neck from the floor. What do you mean, okay story? What do you mean, okay?
Trevor, we already did that in part 1. We already did
I know.
that.
Yes, but much like part 2, I can rehash a few things.
Oh. The jump in quality with part 2 is honestly shocking.
Yay!
Yeah, as a part 2 should be. From giving us honestly one of the best main protagonists ever in the series, to many the best, yes, to really improving on the side characters.
And the side character. Wait. Improvement of the side characters. You don't really improve from Speedwagon and Dio. You have the next course of characters.
Yeah, they were fine. To expanding its power system and giving us some of the best action we've ever gotten in the series.
Caesar versus Wamu is up there, yes. I don't know about everything else. Oh, and Joseph
Yeah.
versus Wamu,
Well,
too, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say the chariot race. I mean,
Yeah.
God,
Anything
that was-
Wamu.
yeah, anything Wamu. ACDC.
Yeah, we'll have to still talk about him.
All right, where was I? Oh, I think the only thing part 2 really lacks in is a good main villain.
Huh? Nani? What? What do you
I-
mean?
Oh, we'll get there.
What do you mean? We had 2 great villains and also ACDCs there too.
Exactly. Actually, 3 if you want to throw Santana in there.
Technically 4 if you want to throw in Strohei.
5 if you want to throw in Straizo.
6 if you want to throw in the mob boss in the first episode. He's a great character. His life changed after he got fucking whipped.
He went to Italy and got arrested, and then he blew up in his jail cell.
Yay.
The Pillarmen are cool, but when you have to follow up Dio, that's not an easy task.
You don't really have to follow Dio? Okay.
I don't know. Cars was just never that interesting to me.
Oh, how? How can you
Don't worry.
say that?
We could talk to him later about it.
How can you say that? How?
But hey, aside from that, it's really hard to find much to complain about with part 2. It's the part that really hooks people into the series, and it only keeps on getting better and more bizarre from then on. I give it a solid 8.5.
8.5. I will burn everything you loved.
Yeah, how dare you? You give it
9.9 or up.
Exactly. Give it that 9, you coward. So there's the Twitter Talks segment. Yay, everyone
Yay.
rejoice.
Confetti, celebration music on the stream.
Yay. Quick, flash up some sort of celebration. I don't know.
Throw Astro Boy boots in. All right, good job.
Did you see my comment under Alex's tweet with that? That it is now mandatory for all Summit members to wear those during our Summit gatherings.
No, I'm wearing slippers. Fuck off. I'm being
You
Peter
weird.
Cushing during A New Hope, where all the scenes were filmed with him wearing slippers.
So those were other people's opinions on part 2. What about our opinions? That's what you really clicked on this video for. You know, we've gone this whole 13 minutes of recording, and we've talked about other people's opinions. We've talked about BS stuff. What about us? What do we think about this part? Well, first of all, again, out of the anime parts, best part, hands down, from beginning to end, story, awesome, everything. This made me feel like a kid again, watching just Saturday morning cartoons, or because that's the thing. This is 80s at its best. Like, this is putting all those action movies from the 80s, all those Schwarzeneggers, all those Rambos, all those like Rockies, like putting all those Jean-Claude Van Damme, whatever, putting all those action movie stars into a little bubble, and then you got part 2. And it's amazing, and it knows what it is. Like, it embraces the bizarre in this, to the point where, you know, we have a German person of a certain variety helping out our main character.
And I will actually be prepared to defend his character. Oh, the hard takes are about to come in.
Oh, you mean how people are just like, oh, Joseph teamed up with a Nazi. How can you like him? It's just like, oh, I don't know. Maybe there's a god right there that wants to destroy everything and kill everyone.
Oh, and there is also the fact that for most of the part, Joseph did not want to be actually that close to Stroheim.
Exactly.
Because he kept going on, it's like, oh, for a German, he's pretty ingenious, but he's still a German soldier.
Yeah. He's still a German soldier.
One of those
Get away
filthy
from me.
Nazis.
But Stroheim makes the whole part.
He kind of does everything. He's the Vegeta of Namek. It's all his fault in this part.
Exactly. Oh my god. So that's what I think of this part in a nutshell. What about you, Trevor?
Well, I hope everyone here has 7 hours to prepare themselves for my take.
You have 1 minute.
All right. 1 minute in multiverse time is an infinite amount of minutes. So,
There you go.
I fucking adore part 2. I love it so goddamn much. Part 1, and as we mentioned last time, part 1 is the part that actually hooked me, but not part 2. But I will admit, going from part 1 is like eating a very nice entree at a nice restaurant. Then part 2 comes in, and it's like, oh hey, here's a surprise ice cream cake for dessert, and it's your favorite flavor, and you're just surrounded by your friends and family that just came out of nowhere just to say hi, and they support you. That's what part 2 is. It supports you for being a fan of JoJo. It gives you everything that you gain from part 1 and infinitely more. The characters are a step up. Well, yeah, okay, not exactly a whole step up, because Dio, Jonathan, they still exist. But Joseph, Joseph.
We're talking about okay. We talked about how Jonathan was he was the starter. He was the base. He was the foundation.
He was the Charmander, and then Joseph is the Charizard.
Yeah, Joseph is the pillar of what it means to be a JoJo. Joseph is JoJo.
Yes.
Like I used the napkin thing in the last video where Jonathan, he's the one. He's the one that picked up the first napkin. Great. You started everything. Awesome. Great. Joseph, and I've told you this too, Trevor, because I have a whole bit with this that will come together by the time we get to part 6.
Oh boy.
But Joseph is the one who went to the table. Now, this table, again, it's like a round table, 6 settings, all that stuff. Jonathan picked up the first napkin. Great. Joseph picks up napkins 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
He also does the trick where he just pulls the whole tablecloth out from underneath the table, and all the silverware is still there.
Exactly. And he has all these napkins, 2 through 6. He blows his nose on all of them and then puts them back in their place. That's Joseph. That's Joseph.
As I went through part 2, I missed. I cannot believe the amount of stuff that I actually missed and completely forgot about from my original viewing. I completely forgot about Lisa's backstory. That was like a Mandela effect moment. I completely forgot about George Joestar for the longest time. I forgot some of the antics of the battles in this Battle Tendancy. And I really like how Joseph is like the best trickster hero I've seen yet. Right up there with the legendary Brer Rabbit. I had to throw in a reference in there. I had to.
I know. And you know what? Future Watkins is going to have a reference to it right there, too.
Yay! Now, is this a perfect arc? No, of fucking course not. It was perfect.
No.
There was still...
Nothing's perfect in this world.
Yeah, there were still bits and bobs that I had issues with, including one AC/DC, which we will go into detail, don't you worry. From the villains, we have to address the boiling hot elephant in the room that's melting everyone to death. But the only other gripe that I have is a mystery that has confounded me ever since I watched it, and now all of you have to suffer with me. Joseph and Caesar's first meeting is a load of horse shit. I cannot believe the dog shit experience that I just witnessed because I cannot fathom how on God's green earth how Joseph fit a pigeon into that woman's mouth. I have watched it multiple times. I have no idea how he did it. The rope thing with AC/DC, I can understand. The rope trick with cars, far-fetched, but still plausible. The pigeon in the girl's mouth, no, I cannot figure that out. I could not find the frame. I could not find the good explanation. I could not find the shot composition that could somehow explain how Joseph did a 180, grabbed a pigeon somehow without it flying, shoved it in a girl's mouth, or shoved it in his mouth instead of shoving it in the girl's. I don't know.
I'll tell you how. It's quite simple, really.
The power of spinning, thanks to gyros.
Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much,
the dark side of the sun is the pathway to many abilities, some considered ultimate.
Oh, I said a man and a woman, not two lesbians.
Ah, yes. People who have not watched Lythro's Shadow Raid boss has no idea what we're talking about. Or the Sonic Heroes boss fight. No
Sonic Heroes.
Oh, boy. Yeah, otherwise part 2 is like fucking great. Every like people, it's so I don't fully agree to it, but I completely understand why everyone thinks it is such a large improvement on part 1.
Oh yeah, well that's just the thing. Like, I think it was Ulti's comment that said this. It builds upon what was already established, especially with its power system with Hamon. Like the stuff that is done with Hamon in this part is ridiculous.
It is insane.
Yeah. Shame, Araki moved from that, but he gave us stands, so thank you for that, at least.
It's like when we're gonna get to this, but I'll make the joke now because this is thanks to Wooly from Wooly Versus. It's like, Joseph, you are such a piece of shit for cheating on your wife, Susie Q, with the mom from part 4, but at the same time they gave us Josuke, so we thank you for your services.
Yeah, see, he's a man of the people.
Yeah, exactly.
And Trevor, I also don't think you saw my message in our one group chat.
Yeah.
Because also to date this video for at least us, yesterday I was driving home in my car, and I've been consuming a lot of JoJo lately. Because I've been thinking about trying to record this video. I've been rewatching parts 2 and 3 now, which I just got to Justice for that.
Yes.
Ooh.
I love you and Yappa.
I do too. I got to the part where she stabs Whole Horse.
Now praise my son some more to might live.
Oh, and I just finished reading JoJolian, which was it was okay. You might see some new content for that in a little bit.
That part sucks from what I hear.
It doesn't suck. It's just
problematic.
Yeah. It's very just disjointed. So yeah, I've been consuming a lot of JoJo lately. JoJo's been on the mind. And during my car ride home yesterday, I'm like, what wrestlers would represent each JoJo? I haven't gotten too far yet, but I think I've settled on a couple. Giorno, I think, is Randy Orton.
Intriguing.
Yeah. And I might even make this a video series one time on why. But Joseph was the easy one for me. And I don't know how this will sound for you people out there that watch JoJo and wrestling. Joseph Joestar is John Cena.
I just said this a joke.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
All right, explain. Is it because
Okay.
you can do invisible antics when no one's looking? Is that the reason?
I mean, there's one. There's
Oh
one
my
right there.
god.
Okay, so I look at John because John Cena was a wrestler that I got into when I was like first kind of actually watching it back in 2002. So like I saw him like go from like having no gimmick to being like the thug gimmick to like becoming the face of the company gimmick, and then I kind of fell off for a few years and then I came back, but whatever. But like the antics that early Cena would pull, and then I kept thinking about like the other matches that he did. Like for example, he had a last man standing match with Batista, and he wins the match. Now, how does he win the match? Well, can you picture a wrestling ring in your mind?
Yes.
Like with the four corners. Okay. So Batista, he's down on the ground on his stomach, over by one of the corners. His legs are like dangling between like the pole that's like attached to the ring and attached to the ring ropes. Cena gets a big old roll of duct tape and duct tapes Batista's ankles between the pole and underneath the ropes. So Batista, even though he's not like knocked out for a 10 count, he technically can't get back on his feet.
My god.
And so John Cena wins the match because of bullshittery like that. So it's like things he's done like that in matches to like win and all that. And then like it's the whole face of JoJo thing that I kind of spouted out earlier, where it's just like, you know, he is the pinnacle. He is like, when you think of, I don't know about you, but when I think of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I think of Joseph. And it's not just the old Joseph with the memes and all that. No, it's this Joseph right here. Like this is the pinnacle of a JoJo. This is what every JoJo should aspire to be.
Mine's a little different because I just call me a basic bitch. Call me a biased basic bitch, but whenever I think of JoJo, I think of Dio versus Jotaro.
Oh well, yeah, like
the culmination of all that history.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
I mean, that's like a close second. I'm talking about like with character.
Oh yeah, with characters, it's either like between Jotaro or sorry, not Jotaro, Josuke and Joseph.
Yeah, which Josuke is actually a fine shout.
Yay!
After I read part 7, now it's Gyro.
Yep.
Like,
but I'm not spoiling that shit for anyone.
No.
When part 7 comes, there's going to be a 2-hour jerkin fest for Gyro, and all of you will understand why.
Wait, only 2 hours?
Alright, fine. I will let loose all of my load all at once. We can make it 5 hours.
Good, as you should. We've gushed a little bit for about 20 minutes now. Actually, almost 30 minutes. Let's talk about what happens in this part.
Oh yeah, so how do you want to do this chronologically with like the grand story, or just like literally, you know, like we do this and then we do this?
Yeah, we could just go through things quickly. Well, not like quickly, but like hit a few points chronologically. Like,
all right,
you know, beginning of our story.
Actually, hold on.
What?
From the beginning of the story, is it going to be just like the introduction of Speedwagon going to find a certain Masco?
Yeah, like he finds Mass.
I must interject then, because that is not where the story begins.
Oh no.
No.
Where do we begin?
For you see, Watkins, I think you know where I'm about to go with this. For you see, thousands of years ago,
I tried, everybody. I tried.
when the gods were still young.
I tried to stop this.
When Venture Brothers was still a regular cartoon on Adult Swim.
Oh, eventually, maybe we'll get it back.
Give me that movie. Gimme. But,
Now, where is it?
So, yes, where's the movie? But millions of years ago, there was a young hot man named Cars, and he turned out to be an evolved human. Oh, the boom. And it turns out, it's like, you know what? I want to conquer this world and everything it has to offer. Hey guys, I made a mask! Turn to vampires and shit! And everyone's like, well, no, we don't want to do that. That's, like, pretty unnatural. It's like, well, fuck you. Here's the silhouette of AC/DC. Everyone dies now.
And that's
like,
the only cool thing he does.
What? Oh, okay, OT. Okay, OT.
Oh, I'm talking about AC/DC.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. My boy Cars is good.
And they take two babies that turns out to be Santiago and Wamu, and they're like, all right, so we're gonna take over humanity, but fuck this sunlight, man. We gotta become walls and pillars and shit. And now you can have your Speedwagon bit.
Oh, Speedwagon found some mass, and it kills people. Dun dun dun. He calls Straitso, and Straitso's like, "What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in 50 years."
Setting up that time frame for how long it's been.
But look, we don't have time to see all this. No, we gotta head to New York, where police are brutally beating up a black kid.
Yay, Minority Report, and my favorite aspect of America.
Now, you might be wondering, why are these cops just beating up this innocent black boy? Well, you see, this ain't your 2023.
Yeah, they played Hogwarts Legacy.
No, see.
Wonder how many people will take that seriously.
Oh, plenty of people. All 2 people.
Yay!
Oh my god. No, this kid's actually a thief. He stole somebody's wallet, but do these cops know that? And then we get, I don't know. Is this the best introduction we get? No.
Wait. Okay, it's superior to Jonathan. I think it's better than Jotaro. Josuke. Oh fuck, Josuke is a hard competition.
Yeah. Jolene's is
Jono's is okay. Jolene is just tragic. Yeah, you know what? You know, if it's neck and neck between Joseph and Josuke.
Yeah, because Johnny just falls out of a chair.
Yeah.
And
people don't know that yet.
And I gotta ask Ulti why they call him Gappy. Do you know why they call him Gappy?
Oh, a nickname, maybe?
Okay. Because they didn't reference that at all during the part, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it got me caught off guard first because the games call, like, All-Star Battle and Eyes of Heaven, they just called Gappy Josuke 8. That's all they do.
Oh. Oops. Yeah, he just kind of crawls out of the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so taking out some bad cops, yeah, Joseph is okay. With the Coca-Cola bottle, no less.
I know, using Hamon with no training. Dun dun dun.
He has a natural aptitude that many characters comment on.
And he's brash. And he's kind of a dick, but he's a lovable dick.
He still knows right from wrong.
Yeah. He's a righteous boy who he's very cocky. Like he is the definition of cocky.
I got a comparison.
Yes.
He is basically a parallel to Sun Wukong.
You know, yeah.
Like he starts off very arrogant, selfish. He still like knows right from wrong. He can still do the right thing, but it takes a grand adventure, a bizarre adventure, one could say. And he learns like, hey, you know what? I was doing this for myself for a while. Now I gotta do it for other reasons, and you know, gotta do this. Gotta make things right.
It's almost like he has the best character arc of any JoJo.
Oh shit, you're right.
Exactly.
Not best physical development because we have to take Jonathan into account, but best character development, yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, if we're taking physical development, we should put Johnny into account.
Oh yeah, because of how little Tusk goes from aren't you cute to die.
Well, not just that, just he learns to walk.
Yeah. Yeah, and Araki just shows up in this StreamYard call. It's like, yes, that was the point. It's like, oh my god, Araki-san!
Oh, Araki-san, please tell me what is the point of JoJo Lands?
Explain Iggy to me right now. Also, can you bring back all my dead characters, please? Make
No.
Eyes of Heaven canon.
Man, no, this isn't part 3 talk. Oh my god, this isn't part 3 talk because
We'll get
characters dying. No. A certain Indian Egyptian man.
Ah, yes, Dio.
Part two goodness. So, fun fact about Joseph, because okay, when you rewatched it, did you listen to it in English or Japanese?
Oh, I've listened to every JoJo part in English, as the Chad would.
So the English voice actor, you guys might recognize him from a few things. You know, he did some little works. Right, Trevor?
Oh, absolutely. Y'all watch Codename Kids Next Door?
Did you like number 1?
Yep. Did you guys like Yun Xehanort? Oh, who am I kidding? No one likes Yun Xehanort.
Well, you do now because he's voiced by Joseph Joestar.
Exactly.
But here's an even better little tidbit of information for you. The Japanese voice actor. Not only does the Chad voice Joseph, he also voices my favorite character of all time from Gintama. He voices the main character in that. But not only does he voice those two Chads, all you One Piece fans, how do you like Kanaguri?
Oh my god, that's right.
The man is the chattiest of Chads.
The Chad. You know what? That's why the Japanese don't have a Hollywood Walk of Fame, because it would just be his roles taking up the whole lot.
Exactly. Anyways, fun little bit of information. But yeah, so the young black lad named Smokey ends up joining Joseph, and he learns about the Joestar line.
Oh, I had the longest beef with Smokey for almost the entire run of the show. Now,
Really?
because I missed something when I first watched it, because you remember how in the battle against Cars, Smokey just shows up with Speedwagon? I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? I completely missed the part that after meeting up in New York, Arena basically just takes Smokey in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, I missed that my first time around. Yay, Smokey. You have a reason to be here. You're part of the crew.
I think he said something about that earlier on.
I don't remember. It might have been mentioned.
I think it was like one of those passing comment lines. So, but yeah, so Joseph meets a young black lad and takes, hanging out with Arena, which she's kind of gotten a little bitchy.
Otter. Oh, yeah. Little bitchy. But for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, she is a widow for 20 minutes.
She knows how adept her son is in Hamon, and she absolutely, as you learn by the end, she actually has a disdain for Hamon.
Yep. Oh my god. Trying to keep him away from that.
Yeah, we'll get into that whole revelation.
So yeah, they grab lunch somewhere, and this is where we get the mafia boss. I think, if my timeline in my
Yes.
head is next is the mafia boss, who reveals to them that after a little altercation, of course, because young Joseph he doesn't mind if somebody's like making fun of him or whatever, but cross somebody he cares about and you're dead.
Don't ever talk about Granny Arena.
Yeah,
Ever.
don't do it.
It's like mentioning Ichigo's mom to Ichigo. Don't ever utter her name in his presence.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't anger the Joseph. But yeah, that's when he finds out that apparently Speedwagon might be dead. No, not Speedwagon. He's our boy. He's our man. If he can't do it, die.
Yeah. Jafar, if he can't win, Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, great.
Oh my god. So now Joseph's even more pissy, and he heads off to Mexico.
As one does.
Speedwagon. Yeah. Because is it through the mobster that he finds out that German soldiers are down there, or does he just kind of?
I'm pretty sure that's the line.
Okay.
Now I wanna point out something that's really cool. No, it's just really
cool. Then go ahead. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I have nothing but really like cool things for this part. Aside from the pigeon, it's all pretty good.
Just gravity.
No. Fuck fate on that one. But when you see Joseph for the first time, you get to see how good he is in Hamon. Like he's able to just use a Coca-Cola bottle as a weapon. It's like, oh shit, that's pretty adept. All right, so you're skilled in combat and you're a bit of a sly talker, but you know, are you that tricky, or are you just like, what's the word? Confident, egotistical, that kind of stuff. What kind of character are you? And then you learn how tricky he is when he goes to Mexico and his full wit is revealed as he dresses up like a woman trying to seduce his way into the Mexican camp. Then he's like, all right, time to use my wits to use this cactus against this Nazi. And then full wits against Santiago.
Oh, we'll get to you in a second. But I was going to say, we see it even earlier than that, because I can't believe we didn't talk about this. His fight with Straizo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. My mistake.
Straizo, I guess, went crazy the past few years.
Yeah, I thought I had, like, a problem with that, too, because, like, this guy from Part 1 who was so against Dio, he went evil? That's a bit odd. Yeah. And then everyone else in the part is shocked, too. It's like, yeah, why the fuck is he a bitch? He's a dick. Even his own adopted daughter thought he was a dick.
That's why she left.
Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah. And then it turns out, like, hey, Straizo, you know, despite all the training he got, he feared death more than anything. And he craved that Dio bone, much like other certain characters.
Bony. But yeah, I mean, because this is a good way of Rocky showing us that, yeah, even these guys that are put on these high pedestals, even these quote-unquote monks, they're still human deep down. They are still afraid of certain things, especially death. Like, no amount of training can prepare somebody for that. And, okay, now I have to put death in this, don't I? He's just gonna fade in and out.
What's wrong,
as little as possible.
What's wrong, Straizo? Life flashing before your eyes?
Pick it up. Go on. Your arm's right there. Pick it up.
He looks at them, kicks the mask over. Pick it up. You think they'll save you from me? Pick it up.
But no, like, because this fight is just crazy too, because it starts off just with Joseph and Smokey sitting in a cafe. And then Straight is like outside the window.
It's like, hey, what's up? Yeah. Hey,
Joseph
Joseph.
walks out. He's just like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And then pulls out a freaking Tommy gun.
A lot of people use this as like, oh man, Joseph is so clever. This is a moment where it's like, no, this is him thinking so outside of the box. He's
Yeah.
not part of that box anymore.
But it also shows us like what happens when you truly piss him off. Because didn't they blame Straightso for killing Speedwagon?
Yeah, Joseph
Yeah.
was so pissed that he just unloads the entire magazine in his Tommy gun on Straightso.
Oh, and then of course Straightso being a zombie heals from that, and then we get the best technique,
Yes.
the best jutsu, the best Bankai, the
The-
best Devil Fruit, the best Pokemon.
A power so powerful that it makes Jotaro the fucking time stopper, strongest character in the verse. Even he has used the technique before. No, he used it twice during his life.
Exactly. Yep. And also, this is not only just the greatest technique; it's the best laid plan. Aizen even looks at his plan and is just like, "Damn, I wish I thought of that."
This is what Batman does when he needs to prep.
Exactly. The best technique, the best plan, the best idea ever. Run away.
Run for your lives!
Nigendayo!
Can I just say, because this is, I'm gonna forget about it if I don't mention it. I need the runaway clip with cars. That is my first time I was ever experienced to JoJo. That was my first clip. It's that video where you just have Joseph, number one, because that's all I heard. It's like, run for your lives! And then you have this kid slapping his cheeks like, oh, I knew he'd say that. And then you just see this 1 second clip of this purple-haired guy going,
You know what's just the icing on top of that too?
yeah.
Smokey joins him.
Yep. It's like, why are you running with me? It's like, fuck you! I have nowhere else to go.
This reminds me of New York.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh.
Joseph has to run away.
Yeah.
And, he ultimately leads Straightso into a little trapo on the bridge.
Yeah.
Shows his wits once again and decides that, hey, guess what? Straightso wasn't too bad of a person. Well, I mean, he's still a monster, but he gives Joseph the nice little warning. It's like, hey, you better get ready, because I know some things that you don't.
Yeah, shit's coming your way, bud. Glad I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, and I want to just see your resolve, you know? I just want to
Yeah.
see if... I wanted to test my powers against you. And also, I gotta correct myself, so I was wrong, because the Mexican slut outfit was not the first time showing wits. That was an error of my judgment. Oops. Go Straightso. Team Straights.
Don't worry, I forgot too. That's why I rewound it.
I
was like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that too. But now fast forward back. Okay, hey, look, we're back in Mexico. Oh my God, it's a German soldier base.
The first time he used his wit.
The first time. Oh yeah, wait. There's another fight before this, but
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
really
it's-
memorable.
it's-
The guy uses a cactus and he's like,
Yeah,
here's a
it's-
bit of hormones. I'm dead.
yeah. But while Joseph was trying to get into all this, Speedwagon is recovering nicely.
He has a nice little movable chair
Yeah.
that he's sitting in. How
Yeah.
generous.
Some nurses to help him and all that. All the medicine he needs.
Yes. And who provides him this?
Only the best providers of all this.
the best Nazi of all time. Who I love how Araki made carefully sure that yes, he's German, but is he a Nazi? No one knows.
We just know he's very loyal to Germany.
Yeah,
you know?
that's all.
It's like a Republican back in 2016.
Well, I would say 2013.
Oh, well, 2016 because of TRUMP.
Oh my God, that's right, Don Cheadle. I forgot about him.
Yes, exactly.
Don
So the Germans are trying to get info out of Speedwagon because they found this dude inside of a pillar.
abandoned by his 3 overlords.
Yeah. And then while they're questioning him, hey, dude wakes up and breaks out.
Wait, we have to explain how fucking cool his introduction is.
It is pretty cool.
It's like such a misdirect on Araki's part, where it's like, oh yes, this guy, when Santiago awakens, he doesn't speak, he's not really doing anything, he's doing like very simple actions, and it's like, oh, he's studying us. Oh no, we're studying him. We're trying to figure out like what he's doing. And then you get the realization very early on that, hey, Santiago, even from within the pillar, he was monitoring them. He was learning their language. He learned their weapons in like seconds. Guys, you guys know how hard it is to learn a language? Really? It's pretty fucking difficult. He does it in seconds.
Like we see him take a gun and perfectly disassemble it and learn basically what it's all about. And we see just how crazy their bodies are too, because when he escapes his little pod, and it's so funny because Stroheim is like boasting about all this, how like, oh, Santiago, he's in his chamber, there's no way in, no way out.
Oh no, he used the vents!
Oh no, he used the air hole we put in there.
That is like Stroheim's dialogue for the whole series. Like, German science is the greatest as well. Oh shit!
Look, in his defense, most of his stuff was working.
Oh no, I'm not dissing it. That's just the pattern.
Yeah. It's not his fault.
Yeah, I don't blame it.
Beings are just gods.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, Santiago kills a bunch of people, and we get the first Pillarman fight with Joseph.
Oh, and what a spectacular intro fight this is to the main antagonist.
It is. Because this is what I love about Araki so much. Like, go back to that not even the Straizo fight, just like the little confrontation Joseph had, even just with the cops. Like, Araki does such a good job with the first fights of anything in the series. So like the first like the first confrontation of part 2, the police. You see that Joseph, he uses his brain. Like,
yes, his good old ingenuity.
Yeah, ingenuity. Like, by using his Coke bottle to launch the top onto the cop's finger. That's crazy. That's crazy. We didn't see that in part 1 with Hamon, and we see it even more with the Straizo fight. But like, mainly just that first confrontation, you see just how like Joseph cares about other people. He is kind of an asshole too, but like he's a pure boy. He's a pure-hearted asshole, if that at all makes sense. We see how intuitive he is with knowing, just like, okay, this is a kid that's just down on his luck. I'll take him in a little bit because he was stealing my wallet for trying to survive. I can relate somewhat with that. Just you see all of that just in that first confrontation, and you just transfer that over to the first fight with the beings we're gonna have to deal with in this arc. And you learn everything. Like, Araki does such a good job with these first confrontations in these parts to teach you everything that's about to happen.
And Cars has a really good line near the end where he points out Joseph's entire thought process Joseph isn't really a reactant character. That's part of his shtick, where he reacts to everything in hilarious fashion.
Yeah.
But every second, he is continuously planning and thinking, and that's
Well,
like
that's
what
the
makes
thing.
what makes his improvisation skills so fucking top tier.
Yeah. Well, like we see that. Oh my god, the one good thing of the ACDC fight is the conversation they have about controlling a battle.
Yes.
Like, because that's why Joseph has this thing where he's just like, next you're gonna say this, and the person says it, and that's showing you that okay, Joseph's about to win because he's in control right now. And
He's a very
oh,
good character study,
and-
a study of character.
oh yeah, and don't worry, we'll circle back to that little thing of him controlling a battle like that. We'll circle back to that because it's what makes him versus Cars so good.
I know what you're going for.
Yeah. So, oh my god. So yeah, you learn a lot of that in this first Pillarman fight with Santiago. Joseph even has help from Stroheim, which shows that okay, Joseph is gonna need help with this. Like this isn't gonna be like one-on-one kind of deals, which in a way, a lot of the fights aren't.
Yeah, the only one that's really, well, we have
The-
ACDC and we have
Yeah.
WAMU. Like the main WAMU fights.
Yeah.
The first
The only-
skirmish is that's everyone.
Yeah, the only reason I say there was still help is because like there was items or something that somebody gave
Yes, I see.
to help, you know, like it wasn't like straight up okay, I'm gonna use my fisticuffs, I'm gonna use my balls.
Oh yeah, the only one really then was Caesar and WAMU. That's really the only one.
And we know how that ended up.
I gotta say, well, we'll probably get to it, but man, I completely forgot how fucking great that fight was. Like how well choreographed the action was.
It's we'll get to that.
Yes.
So yeah, Stroheim helps. This fight is just bizarre because okay, so part of it is, you know, oh, we gotta get Santiago to the sun because you know the same thing as Dio. We can just have him disintegrate into the sun. So that's the plan right here. Stroheim basically gets massacred through most of this, right? To the point where when they get him out to the sun, Santiago like goes into his leg.
It's like, oh yes, good shelter for me. He made his own tauntaun.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Germans smelled bad on the outside.
I mean, hey, we used dandruff. No, yeah. What you said, yep.
We're gonna circle back to this because how did Stroheim survive? How did he survive this?
All right. So maybe there's something else that I forgot to mention. I rant about how there weren't many. There are a few bits and bobs, you know, that don't make a lot of sense.
Like again, I think I can forgive a pigeon thing.
I don't. But yes, Stroheim surviving everything.
It makes sense later on because at least later on he's half cyborg. Spoiler alert.
He's like 90 or 80% cyborg. He has like
Yeah,
he has his forearm and his face and hair. That's pretty much it. We don't know if his legs are
What-
like human.
but here he's just human, and then Santiago just explodes him.
German stamina is the best in the world.
Look, that German science apparently is the best in the world.
The dark side of German is the pathway to many abilities.
Oh my god, there's gonna be so many German things in this video.
Damn right, you're talking to a German. You're damn skippy. There's gonna be a lot of German
Don't worry.
jokes in this.
Every time something German comes up, I'll just put up a Wiener Schnitzel or something.
Oh, Wait, that is culturally insensitive.
Well,
Go all the way, throw up a Heil Dio.
anyways,
God damn it!
so Joseph wins because of
He uses the well,
luck?
he uses Santiago's own strategy against him.
Yeah, by being like, because Santiago wants to jump in this well, get away from the sun, all that stuff, but he kind of forgot that mirrors are a thing and reflections are a thing.
And yeah, it's like, oh hey, you'll survive if no one gets in your way. But hey, here I am in your way, bitch. Like, no.
Because yeah, he turns to stone, dead, yay. But Joseph, you struggled against that. Speedwagon knows that. You knew that. You need proper Hamon training.
Oh. And there's also the part where Stroheim says, "Hey, you know what? We don't think that Santiago was the only one that we found. There's more. You're gonna need help if you want to deal with this shit." And
Like
that's
that-
where the main conflict starts.
Yeah, because that's the issue. Like, oh, there's 3 more of these things.
Woohoo!
Oh, crap.
Oh, and then you get the next episode where Stroheim goes to the stand of the Joestar family called the Speedwagon Foundation, and they're like, "Hey, we figured out that there's this ancient mural, and let's just say that, well, it's like a ranking system mural. So, fuck. Santiago was just like the foot soldier. There's 3 more of these fuckers that are just infinitely stronger.
Yeah, one of them's their leader.
One of them is the founder of all vampires, and he just happens to be Aztec.
The other is his right-hand man.
Yep.
And the other is
a Chad.
ACDC.
Oh.
Oh.
doesn't
Oh.
matter.
So now we meet Caesar in wonderful Italy.
Yes.
A fun scene, seeing, the difference between both of their Hamon abilities and all that.
It's great that, we get, like, a good JoJo part in Italy.
Yeah.
I am
it's
just
nice.
saying that to trigger
It's
a
nice.
certain sound.
Trigger warning. I'm gonna put a trigger warning in the beginning of this video. Oh, the opinions you're about to hear
Yes,
are...
no idea that I'm kidding, or am I?
But actually... Oh...
But yeah, the Hamon skills, like, I like
Yeah.
how it's supposed to play out as scenes like, oh yeah, Caesar knows infinitely more than Joseph, but Joseph doesn't go down easy. They
No.
both end up like taunting each other. It's like, you couldn't beat a pigeon. Oh, you lost to a pigeon. You can't beat a woman. You still lost to the woman.
And the pigeon.
Yeah, through crazy Hamon shenanigans, one of which doesn't make fucking sense.
Look, it just shows his ingenuity.
No! The pigeon
also-
is like some kind of plot power. The ultimate plot armor.
But this is also like a good... Again, it's like Rocky's introductions with things, because he's showing us, again, like what Caesar has in store, like, and just the dynamic that these two are going to have throughout the majority of the time Caesar's there.
Yep. Oh, can we mention how
No.
cool and infuriating it is? Not in a bad way infuriating, but Caesar, he kind of blames the Joestars for the
Yeah.
mess his family is in.
Yeah, because
Hey,
if
my
it wasn't for
grandfather-
the Joestars, yeah,
Yeah.
his granddad would still be alive.
My granddad sacrificed himself. My dad sacrificed themselves. I respect their memory, but they still did it for you, and
Yeah.
you're the product of all that. Fuck you, Joseph. You piece of shit.
I was just gonna get there because that's the thing, when he sees what his grandfather sacrificed, what his whole family sacrificed for, and just see it in Joseph, something that he just dislikes. Nah, that shit hurts.
It makes their payoff as friends during the Hell Climb Tower or Hell Climb Pillar that much more rewarding. And people say there's no development in JoJo.
We don't have time to talk about pillars. We have time to talk about pillar men.
Ah, yes, we must go to the Roman Colosseum or something like that.
Yeah, it was some Colosseum.
Little
Where
do
it
they know
was-
that in like 40 years, a French man in a wheelchair will give the secret of heaven away.
Oh no. Oh no. Poor. Oh. We'll get to part 3. We'll get to part 3.
And 5.
And 5. Oh.
And 10.
7 eventually. Wait, what, 10?
Oh, I don't know. If Eyes of Heaven is a thing, then yes.
Eyes of Heaven should just be part 10.
Yes, please. But yeah, they enter the Roman Colosseum. They find that everyone is dead. The Pillar Men awaken, and this is like top tier introduction for a villain where they wake up, they notice they're heroes, and they just kind of just walk through them. It's like you're not even worth our time, which makes the upcoming battles all the more interesting.
And don't they literally walk through somebody too?
Yeah, I think it was that friend of Caesar's.
Yeah. So that pisses Caesar off, but you know he gets. Does he? He doesn't confront the Pillarman here, does he?
No, he tries. He tries with Wamu,
Okay.
and then he fails.
Okay, I couldn't remember if he actually did try or if he just yelled at them.
Both.
Okay.
He
'Cause
was
I know-
more like flailing angrily.
Well, yeah, because I know Joseph tried.
Oh yeah. Oh, Joseph's encounter with Wamu the first time, and ACDC 2 at the end. Oh, I love it.
Mm. Yeah, he gets spanked, but man, this again, it's just adding. This is how you add layers to your MC. This is how you like keep making them even better and better because Joseph just bluffs his way out of surviving at least for another month.
Oh, we're not even gonna stop there, my brother.
Oh, good.
No,
Please.
no. There's another side to this as well.
Good. Do it. Say it.
Fucking Wamu, from beginning to end, is the chaddest of chads I've ever seen.
Yes.
He is more respectable than like 80% of villains I've seen in my life. He is a warrior, first and foremost, and he is actually like intrigued. If you impress him, if you're on his radar, he acknowledges you, and it's like you. Can you get stronger? Because then that will make the battle even more intense, and then I will destroy you.
He's a respectable Kenpachi.
Yes!
That's what he is.
Oh, wait, no! Shit! Here we go! He's what Jiren wished he could be!
You just
Hey,
haven't
Jiren
learned.
only because
Why?
Wamu's the same
Why?
thing. Wamu's the same thing. He only registers people on his radar when they like meet his level, but he is far more respectable in that regard than fucking Jiren.
Guys, this is he mentioned Jiren in the other video too. Why does he keep mentioning Jiren?
Because it's so easy to make fun of that sack of bricks.
So yeah, Joseph at least impresses Wamu, and Wamu's like, "Here you go. Here's my nose ring."
My wedding
No,
ring
lip
of
ring.
death.
Wamu had the lip ring, right? Or was
So
it the
the
nose
lip
ring?
ring are the antidotes. Like ACDC
Yeah.
and Wamu had lip rings too, but they each have their own wedding ring that Wamu puts
Oh,
in
yeah.
Joseph's heart. ACDC puts it in Joseph's throat on his windpipe.
And the only reason AC/DC does that is because reasons.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, you impressed Wamu, that's pretty cool. Here's mine too. Bring it on, bitch.
It's just like, oh great, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like how Wamu's like, all right, I've bested you. At first, Joseph is just trying to run away, And one was like, "Hey, man, you're not trying to run away. Oh, wait a sec. You're actually more smart than you realize, and now you're giving me like the promise of a good fight in a month's time. All right, I'll take you up on that bet. Let's go."
Yeah, fine. So, because like in a way, like, well, he doesn't really call his bluff because Joseph did get stronger, but
I mean, like
wasn't-
at
he
the
wasn't-
time.
yeah, because that's the other thing. Joseph was just like, oh, I didn't actually mean to. I was just gonna run away. Like he was gonna figure out something else, but the wedding ring thing kind of put a damper on that.
Oh, I just realized something that's actually really incredible.
What?
Again, for development, when he first meets Wamu, he wants to run away because he's all about that self-preservation, but he's also protecting Caesar and Speedwagon. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Dare you?
I don't know. I was about to say Santiago, but no.
He's dead.
Yeah, super dead. So yeah, and during the first encounter, all he wants to do is run away. When Wamu sees, it's like, oh hey, there's potential, bring it out. And then by the end of it, Joseph is like, no more running away. I'm that warrior that promised you a good fight. Here I am. Let's go. And he succeeds in every level. Many layers. But no, the Pillarmen are bad villains according to some people. Fuckers.
My God. Oh. So yeah, now we have to all get stronger in a month. However, will we do that?
The hottest MILF on the planet, maybe?
I mean, you're not wrong.
What other
Because-
MILF in JoJo even compares? Oh, wait, that's right.
Josuke's mom.
None.
Josuke's mom.
None.
Giorno's mom.
None.
Jotaro's mom.
You're not convincing me.
Jolene's mom.
No.
I don't even know. Oh, I can say this. Gappy's mom. Both of them.
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Nice.
Exactly. If you look up the word "nice" in that specific accent, you get that shot in the keyhole.
Oh, Lisa. So she's a Hamon coach. Taught Caesar. Cool, neat, awesome. Oh, this first training's fun.
Oh yeah, the Hell Climb Pillar. I don't know if this is stretching, if this is stretching my suspension of disbelief, but they spent 3 days in that tower, or on that tower, desperately climbing against oil. Now, I know for a fact that us humans, we don't last long without water or anything.
They
Especially
had
if
oil
we-
down there.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
it
could
was
I
fun.
forget?
See, that's just something I kind of chalk under what I like to call anime bullshit.
Yeah, it's one of those bits and bobs.
Yeah.
I was mentioned before. It's like, I don't know if you're stretching this too thin, Rocky.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Again,
Well, it makes the payoff sweet, but still.
yeah, and I think that's what it's really just there for, just to kind of add that tension to be like, yeah, they've been struggling for 3 days straight, and poor Joseph has to wear a mask.
Yep.
There's too much COVID around. He has to wear a mask.
He had to get from level 1 to level 25 in 3 days.
Yeah, handicapped, like, and what's worse is he presses a button that starts this huge wave of piercing water.
I love how he presses the button, and only then does he have the flashbacks. The pillar only accepts Hamon. Just fuck.
Ah, shit.
I forgot.
Ah, damn it. I love how Caesar gets through it, though.
Yeah, he's all natural with his
Yeah.
talent.
because again, it's showing that like Caesar, he's using Hamon as a way for shit, not using Hamon.
Are you trying
He's-
to use the palm versus the fingers technique that he uses?
Something like that. Well, it's like because like he basically coursed Hamon throughout his whole body
Oh,
and
with,
was like able to like cut through the pressure.
Oh yeah. Oh, this
Yeah.
was so fucking cool. Because they use this technique later on.
Yeah.
With AC/DC, where it's like, hey, Caesar's experienced enough to put like it's like magnetic poles,
Yeah.
one on his head, one in his feet, and then it's like this constant stream that allows him to pass through the water, or not water, the oil, which is pretty cool.
Because it shows that Caesar, he's more of this kind of adds to like his he's more of a technical person. Like, okay, I'm gonna use the technique that I have to get through this. Whereas Joseph, he's kind of more of the meathead of the pair.
Yep.
And he just wants to plow through things. So his way is just to kind of, with lack of a better word, ride the wave.
Which
And-
honestly is still kind of ingenious given
Exactly.
his skill level.
Yeah. And he's able to pass the test with flying colors.
Literally flying.
Yeah. And the next 3 weeks is hell.
Man. Oh. The next little bit and bob.
Yes.
The
go on.
instructors.
Oh, you don't like the instructors.
So I remember one guy's name was like Lurtz.
Yeah.
And that was the one that had like no screen time at all, barely any. And it's only because you have this really nice moment with Joseph, like with Lurtz. You don't like. I only recognize him because of what Joseph said. It's like I was really hoping to show you how much I grew in the past few weeks by beating the snot out of you. But hey, just watch me from beyond. Let's see if I can make you proud by beating the fuck out of this god. Meanwhile, the other guy. Oh man, there. It's hard to comment on a character that has no character.
I mean, that's basically it.
And it's like and it's also kind of interesting how Lisa does not react to either of their deaths. Neither
Yeah,
one.
she's just like, oh, he died. Well, time to take a bath.
No, she doesn't even acknowledge it. She doesn't acknowledge either of their deaths. The only one she recognizes is Caesar's.
I mean, Caesar was basically like a son to her.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's like, oh hey, these instructors that I've known for years and all that shit.
Well, they were her bodyguards too, weren't they?
I think so. It's just goddamn, not one word for them. Not one.
No, none for them.
Pain.
So AC/DC fight. So we're both fans of One Piece.
Yes,
You know, comedy and fights with. I think we've both kind of gotten used to it, especially with One Piece. I don't know you so much with like Wano and all that, but you know, I'm fine with it to an extent. To an extent, you know. But oh my god, I don't understand what Araki was doing with this.
How
like-
so?
Okay, so the way these guys were presented as they were walking out, you know, the first time they came out and all that stuff, they're monsters. They're gods. They're in this upper tier of humanity where it's just like we're basically beyond all of this. And then AC/DC in the middle of this fight just starts breaking down crying, blubbering, if you will. It for me it takes me fully out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am not a fan of this part. I'm like,
Oh.
because I get I understand the concept of it, where it's just like, okay, getting all your emotions out right here and there, good. Okay, now that I'm done with that, time to get back into it. Like, I get that mindset. I guess for me it's a little too much.
Oh, okay. That's
I
fair.
think.
I actually liked it, where it's like, oh shit, you're
Yeah.
crying? What the hell? Is this a ploy? And it's like, oh no, it's not really a ploy. It's just like, god damn, you got me good. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. No, like again, like I get the concept and the idea of it, but I'm not a big fan of it.
I hear ya. That's fine.
But Joseph's able to win.
Oh, yep. The I love how in terms of like battle tactics, ACDC did have the upper hand in like almost every regard. But Joseph has this cool little speech where it's like, hey, you know what? Humans progressed more than you think they did. Because in the 18th century, we developed this neat little trick called sleight of hand, where you focused on one thing, where you focused on my rope trick. But meanwhile, I had another rope, bitch!
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, 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 I don't want to die.
And thus Joseph defeats ACDC, and we never see ACDC again.
Now
you
now I am the only one with the brains to rule like that.
Man, why does my shoulder feel so stiff?
Oh hey, it got better. Yay!
Oh,
hey, it's
yay.
attached to the Susie Q. Oh.
Oh.
So ACDC is alive, and he does a pretty Chad move that even Joseph acknowledges.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, huh. This was smart of you. Okay, yeah, let's take possession of this girl who works here, and while Lisa's at her most vulnerable, I'm gonna steal this jewel she has. Now, why would ACDC wanna steal a jewel?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about McMuffin.
Well, what do the Pillarmen want? They're supposedly one note, not interesting. What exactly is their motivation for being? Well, they have great power. They have all this cosmic power. But their downside, instead of an itty bitty little living space,
I knew it.
they just can't be in the sun. If they go into the sun, they disintegrate, they die, whatever. Awesome. But there's a way around that. All they have to do is take one of their stone masks and have this, what is it? Jewel of Asia?
Yes, the Red Stone of Asia.
Red Stone of Asia. But not just any Red Stone of Asia. No, it has to be a pretty big, decent sized one.
It has to be a Super Asia.
Exactly. And only one exists. And Lisa has it. And this jewel is so powerful that when it's put on the mask, and like Cars, for example, puts on the mask, he will get stabbed with the mask, and he can now walk amongst the sun.
Basically you get rid of your one weakness.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's why they're after it. That's why they killed unnamed bodyguard. That's why, they put Lisa in a nice spot. And also great teamwork by Joseph and Caesar here.
Yep, they used the magnetic poles that we talked about before, where Joseph puts a stream of hormone on one side, Caesar does the other. They basically repel the possessed Susie Q and just expelliarmus ACDC out of there.
Well, bye ACDC. But he already got the jewel away, and it's heading towards Switzerland?
Yes, and that's the move what Joseph actually respects, because it does speak a little bit more about Joseph's character. It's like, I don't really feel that much resentment because ACDC had his pride, but he gave all that away just for the sake of his comrade. So for that, I respect him. It's like,
well, we'll talk about that little respect thing of Joseph's a little later. Because does that turn sideways? So yeah, now it's off to find the red stone. Susie Q, get better so then I can come back and have you as my wife.
It was basically just like, hey, we'll see each other again. Bye.
And you won't tell everybody I'm alive.
Bitch.
I love that at the end.
Oh no, I do too. But still, bitch.
Well, she just wanted to take care of him. No distractions, no interruptions.
Bitch.
Maybe there's a reason Joseph cheated on her.
Oh no, I never considered that. Oh, you did tell everyone I was alive? Well, guess what? I'll tell everyone the marriage is dead too. See how that goes.
Yeah. You see that Japanese woman?
No, I don't. I'm in America. Too bad.
Wait, where did that come from?
From the ocean. You just hear these bubbles foam to the surface like.
Oh my god. Oh. All of a sudden, you hear a "ree" from Italy.
No, it's a baby. It's like.
It's like, "Wee."
You just hear, shut the fuck up! from the bubbles.
Oh, so off to Switzerland, where Germans end up getting the stone.
Yes, they were watching Joseph, Lisa, and Caesar the whole time, and they're like, "Oh, hey, so the red stone's gonna be here. All right, well, we got it. We're just gonna take possession of it." And then Stroheim shows up and is like, "Oh yes, the shaman engineer is the finest in the world."
It's so cool how we get the reveal that he's a cyborg, because the Germans weren't the only ones keeping tabs on people. Cars was also listening in.
Yes.
And he follows them to their little shack. He recognizes that there's like 5 heat signals in there, cuts them all up, goes in, but wait, there's a 6th person in here.
Who's just chilling on the couch?
Yeah, must have been super chilling because there's no heat coming from you. Oh, what's this giant machine gun coming out of your chest?
That was like, it's still one of my favorite moments in all of JoJo, just in like terms of pure fun. Because you get this Stroheim reveal, it's like, oh my god, he's alive, what's he gonna do? Let me do a fucking pose while my chest turns into a Gatling gun. It's like, what?
Can I just say it's the most German thing?
I agree. I do approve. That is what we're known for.
Oh, but oh no, Cars now has the stone. Or at least he's chasing after it, and Joseph is hot on his trail.
Yep. It's actually a pretty cool, interesting battle of wits, and it shows early on that, hey, Cars isn't, one note in intelligence. He actually recognizes what Joseph's plan is from the start and works against that. Or not even against it, he works with it because, like, hey, Joseph, that stone is headed for a cliff. If we both charge after it, we'll both fall off. I'll be fine. You won't, so have fun. And then he goes against it. It's like, oh, so you have a plan? You're probably going to use your foot? Oh, you use your foot? Hey, what's up? I knew what you were going to do, bitch. Hey, what's up?
If anything, Cars is Joseph's Joseph.
I agree.
Like, because that's the thing with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Unlike Part 8, the villains actually like complement the main JoJo in many awesome ways. Like, talk about parallels with other ones, but like this right here, like this is Joseph basically fighting himself. This is what everybody. Joseph is basically everybody that Joseph has ever fought. Joseph is the cop right now against Cars.
Yeah. And he has this very OP ability too.
Yeah. And like he has to basically out Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Cars' ability with light.
Oh
light.
Man. It's pretty
how do you
good.
Beat light? One Oda, tell me, how do you beat light?
Let me introduce some kind of weird spiritual system that'll break itself into fucking pieces the more and more my story goes on.
Oh, a gun. Great.
But I mean, yes, the gun. Well, actually, no, the gun doesn't work against cars. The mighty German Gatling gun was useless against that.
Look, when your gun is basically the world, don't worry, we'll loop back around to that. We'll loop back around to that when we get there. So yeah, now they have to chase after cars because they have the stone now, right?
Yeah.
No.
Thanks to a very cool trick where Joseph takes fallen icicles and uses Hamon to put them all together, and Caesar does the same thing, and Joseph is they form a little rope.
Okay, hold on. How is it that ice rope is fine with you, but leaves connected by Hamon isn't?
Where leaves connected by Hamon?
Oh, part 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least the ice has more density. It's more of a solid object that can use the little strands of leaves.
But it was a bunch of leaves.
And
it was a bunch of leaves.
The combined weight of 3 adult men and a child. Oh no, 2 adult men and a child flying on like a few, 100, 200 leaves or so. That doesn't work. Icicles, though, connected by more experienced Hamon. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with that.
It's
and Caesar
fine.
does the same thing.
It's fine.
Hey, icicles are far more solid. They can be pretty heavy too, with all that delicious, rich water in them.
But we don't have time for icicles. Joseph's got to beat up a cat.
Oh, wait, no, we missed one of the best scenes! We missed an amazing scene. We did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Where Cars falls onto he's about to hit the ground, and then he notices like this flower, and in a moment of like self-respect, he also does this with the dog. Very unheard of for JoJo. He just he dodges the flower by intentionally hitting himself against the wall of the cliff and bounce it off on it, and then he just lands on his feet, and then he realizes the challenge that sits before him and how amusing humans are, and he just goes
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, he's actually feeling amused. He's still pissed that his plans are going awry, and he'll get even more pissed before this is all over. But,
yeah.
It's good. It shows that, you know, there are layers to this character. That's not even like objective according to Pigeons of life.
Are there?
Yes! We're gonna get into it.
No.
You will die.
So they know where the Pillarmen are.
Yay!
They find their little mansion that they're chilling in. But Caesar is pissed, and you know this is kind of where we get a little bit more of his backstory about like his mindset with everything, why he feels the need that he has to do this.
It's
It
great.
is great. Like again, it's that if you're a Zappelli, you die. If you ever meet a JoJo,
it's the whole realization where it's like his father abandoned him, and you know that's still shitty. But he learns like right at the end, he sees his dad come back to town. He follows him, and it turns out his dad abandoned him to go hunt for the stone mask. And it's like, oh shit, all right. Not only does in doing so, Caesar's the first one to find like the Pillar Men, like Wamu, AC/DC, and Cars. It's like, oh shit, he found them, and they're about to take him into their wall to eat him dry. It's like, oh shit. Then his dad comes in. He's like, young man, you gotta get out of here. It's like, young man, oh, he doesn't recognize his own son.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
And that's the kicker for Caesar, because it's just like, because any other story you'd be like, oh, he didn't even recognize his own son, but Caesar, he like twists that into just like, this was my father. Like he didn't know that I was his son. I was just some random person that he thought I was.
that still sacrificed himself for, like, a fucking good man.
Yep. And like, cause again, any other story would be like, oh, he didn't recognize me. I'm edgy. No, there's a reason behind this edginess. Like, again, so good, so good. There's layers, much like an ogre. There's layers.
Ogres don't have an happily ever after.
Shut up, Shrek 4.
I may have no, that was the very godmother from Shrek 2.
Oh well, that was a good one. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
list.
I rewatched that recently. God damn, it's still fucking great.
What, the second one?
Yeah, it's still so good.
Yes.
Oh,
Third one's.
third one's not that good. Fourth one, I don't even remember.
I hated the fourth one.
Oh boy.
I think I saw that in theaters too.
Oh.
Oh shit. Back to JoJo.
Yes, back to part 2.
So Caesar goes to the mansion and he's like, I'm gonna face Wamu, and got the reveal of Wamu's power.
Yep. Just it was like, you already know it's all wind, but like how he uses his wind. I'm gonna fucking say it. It's like, if not more impressive than Jin from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, 100%.
It's like, hey,
100%.
because Wamu could just walk, or he could just fly in the sun. It's like, how the fuck can you do that? It's like, oh, well, he's smart enough to use like the air as like a mask, like a little umbrella. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, like that's his own invincibility. Like, really, Wamu doesn't need the mask.
He just
But,
wants to serve cars, and that's his two purposes in life: to follow cars, which he does because he always does what cars says, and shows respect at every turn. And the other is like, if I can get a good fight out of someone, I'll fight them. And if they can get stronger still, or they intrigue me, I'll beat them, but I'll still let them go because, hey, better opportunity for the future. I'm immortal. That's like the only perk of my job.
Exactly.
Which he reveals.
Exactly. Like he revels in this because he's immortal. He's just like, I don't care. I'm not going to die. Like, because in a way, like, there's some cockiness with that, where he's just like, okay, again, I'm immortal, I can't die, so, you know, I'm gonna watch you struggle a little bit more. Oh, you can actually, like, do some sort of damage to me? Oh, great, okay, let's see what more you can do. Like, oh my god, not to compare him to another character, but in a way, he might be a better Kaido.
My sweet boo-boo-loo. Every character or villain in JoJo is a better Kaido.
Look, Kaido just wants to die. He's looking for the next Joy Boy.
Drunk Dio better than drunk Kaido. Fucking fight me.
Have we ever seen a drunk Dio?
Yes, we have. Episode 2.
Oh shit, that's right.
Part 1 to the save again.
Thank you, Part 1, for being so good.
Yay.
Alright, so where were we? Oh yeah, so yeah, Wamu versus Caesar.
Fight is absolutely incredible. I don't mean just like because they're talking to each other, much like JoJo. Like, a lot of JoJo fights with them thinking to each other, coming up with strategies and using their wits. Caesar versus Wamu is like one of the only fights I can think of where it's like, it is all action.
Yeah, like there's no, oh, I was planning for this. I mean, there's a little bit of it, but not that much. And in fact, like, we get a narration, and because Caesar really could have defeated Wamu.
Wamu even admitted that, and he even admits that if Cars was the one to fight Caesar, Cars would have died.
Yeah, but no, there was just that one little moment
Oh,
That one little moment, and Wamu took advantage of it.
And that just—it's like you can't even really, like, you could be mad about it, but you can't really get mad about it because Caesar was like doing what he believed to be the best thing, and Wamu, it's always been said he's like this fighting genius, and well, you see it right then and there.
Yeah, well, it's just that thing that like oh shit, what was I gonna say? I forgot already.
Oh no.
Yeah, well. Oh well. So Caesar dies by crushing,
which is still like even after all this time, it's still a pretty impactful death. And I think what really helps sell it is how Lisa and Joseph react to it.
Because we even see how they react to each other a bit, especially Joseph. Because like Lisa like turns around, trying to hide her tears and all that, trying to still be cold and be thinking more of the mission. And Joseph, he gets angry about that. He's just like, how can she act like this when he was basically like a son to her?
And then the sun, like another beam of sun, comes into the room, and they notice this little river of blood coming out from the rubble, and it's like, oh no, it's for real. He's like, it's confirmed that he's dead.
And you get the blood bubble.
Yeah.
The blood bubble that has yep. Which had like Caesar's life Hamon in it?
Yeah, he's like, take the last of my Hamon, which isn't like a power for Joseph. I think it's supposed to be interpreted as the last of my Hamon is actually taking my blood and turn it into a bubble.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! Watkins. Do you remember how Caesar's whole stick is that he wanted to be clean and he would never want to be as dirty as Joseph?
Mm-hmm.
His last moment is to be a little dirty like Joseph himself.
Yeah.
He got influenced and made a little dirty bubble of blood, and it ends up saving the entire world.
Because it contains Caesar's little headband and the antidote for JoJo.
Yeah. As a good friend.
We don't have time for all this sentimental crap. We gotta set up a chariot race.
Yes. In a move where you get to see that the apple has not fallen far from the tree. Lisa is confronted by Cars and Wamu. And essentially their plan was like, let's hunt Wamu down before we can heal. They find Wamu. He's healed.
Yeah, he's already ready to go again.
Yeah, and it's like, here's 100 vampires hanging from the ceiling. What would you like to do? And Lisa's like, well, hey, we have the redstone, and let's just say that if we don't get to it, it's going to be destroyed. So how about this? Little one-on-one. You're so much better than us. Fucking prove it. Let's go. Here's the fruits of the labor, like Wamu wanted. And which you get to see Wamu crack a little grin, because he gets like, oh my god, I get to fight Joseph. Yay, my promise will be fulfilled. And then Cars is like, Wamu?
Calm down, buddy. Don't forget what happened with AC/DC. We should
remember my mission. And then you immediately have like, I'm sorry, Master. You are correct. And then Cars is convinced later on, it's like, fucking, all right, we'll do one-on-one. I'll take the woman. Wamu, you can have Joseph. That's like my respect for you. That's another thing about Cars that I really like. He respects his minions to an absurd degree. Both of them.
He's basically giving Wamu his Morty adventure. It's that punch card.
After 1,000 years, you get a punch card. You get a punch card.
Great. Yay.
Oh.
So yeah, just the chariot race, which... God, okay. So I meant to make this a segment for the last part. It's the segment I want to call True Man's World segment.
Oh.
It's that segment where it's just the manliest thing that just boosts your testosterone up to 1,000%. Every JoJo part has this. I am almost guaranteed that it does. Part one kind of has it.
Oh no, it
And
definitely has it.
I want to say it's the one with Blueford.
Oh really?
That's what I want to say.
I think there's two of those moments. Three if we count
Yeah.
Blueford. One is
Okay.
when Joseph mans the fuck up in episode 1 and beats the ever-loving shit out of Dio.
Okay.
And the second one is when, faced with all the evil in the world, Joseph just he mans up on that ship and he takes the blow for Arena and dies for all his efforts.
So I forgot this little caveat too with it. This does not involve any final villains.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that little caveat.
Okay, then
Because
yeah, I'll take
otherwise,
Blueford.
yeah, because otherwise I'd be like, yes, the first time he fights Dio, yes, like legitimate, like pissed off fights Dio. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to add that little caveat. This does not include final
Oh
villains.
fuck, Jotaro with Endduel. That's one.
Yeah, so but we'll get to part 3 later. Wamu is this one. This is part 2, at least for me. Part 2's True Man's World, where it's like, man, we're just a couple beefy men slapping meat. We're gonna ride these zombie horses on these rickety chariots, and we're gonna grab weapons as we're going around.
Yep, you get to choose what weapon you want to, depend on
Yep.
like if you're in first or second place. This is what Mario Kart want. Like this is what like people who get pissed at Mario Kart. This is what they want to do.
Exactly. And there's strategy with this too.
Yep.
Because Wamu knows Joseph. He's like he's very cocky. He wants to be the first for things. So okay, be the first one. I know you're gonna want that sledgehammer. I know you're gonna want that big old crossbow. But guess what? That's not what we're playing with, boy.
I'll use the whole fucking pillars, and I'll use
Oh.
this tiny crossbow so I have like perfect aim.
Oh my god, we'll get to the crossbow here.
I have a confession to
No.
make. No, it needs to happen.
No.
I need to admit something. When I first watched that Coliseum fight, and as the years went by, I never really gave like too much thought. Like, yeah, that was a really cool fight because it is. I think that's just a fact. It's really, really good in terms of writing, characters, all that pizzazz that we look for in a battle. I never recognized it as like this pinnacle of JoJo combat, like a lot of people do, until this rewatch. Because man, I was really impressed by when I saw it. Everything came back. I was like, "All right, you win." it's up there.
Again, True Man's World.
Yep.
It's there. It's right up there, and especially the finish, which we'll get to here in a minute. I gotta take care of something real quick.
Alrighty then.
Yep, I will be right back.
Fine.
Future walk-ins, make sure you edit this out.
Don't. I can educate the whole rest of this video while he's gone. Alright, future walk-ins. Listen to me very carefully. Don't even think of pressing the spacebar to pause on this piece of shit. We're gonna do that. Instead, I'm going to have a little chat with everyone about JoJo. Did you guys know that in 1946, the film Song of the South...
Alright, we're back.
Yay! I gave
Yeah.
Future Walking something to edit.
Oh, goody. He'll cut it all out.
No! I already told him to not do that. Fuck you.
Alright, well, hour 53 minutes, somewhere around there. Hour 50 minutes. All right.
Oh my god.
I know. I love the ending of the Wamu fight.
The ending of the Wombo fight is fantastic.
It's great.
Like,
With his-
what is there to comment on?
It's just Look, if you're watching this video and you've never watched part 2, first of all, why are you watching a part 2 JoJo video?
Hell.
You know, we've spoiled I don't know how many other parts just in this video alone. But see, that's the beauty of JoJo. You can spoil something, and it's basically an out of context spoiler.
Can't
No
believe
matter
those
what you say.
dinosaurs went for Jesus.
I know, right? Like, I can't believe that guy can walk on rain.
I can't believe
that
the
there's
main villain's motivation is napkin stealing.
I know, how dare he? I can't believe an apple basically can kill a person.
I can't believe that if you were to touch this leaf, you break something and therefore you have to pay for it. I know that. I know about that ability. I know about that one. But yeah, I really like how in the Joseph and Wamu fight, Joseph still technically gets the win through a little misdirection, where he tries, after getting wounded by Wamu, he tries lifting up the crossbow, the heavy one, and he's like, I can do this, oh no, I'm falling and I can't get up. And it looks like he misfires, but it's like, oh yeah, I just did the same thing that you did. Oops.
Oopsies.
And then Wamu tries like this one last move where he just sucks in all the air to produce a lot of air, and he's about to cut Joseph's head off, but, well, when you suck in a lot of air, you can suck in a flaming scarf that Joseph does, and Caesar technically gets the final blow at the end.
Thank you, Caesar.
Yay.
Weather report.
You don't have to do part 6. I don't want to relive that.
We will. You will sit there like I watched the ending of it again.
Why?
God, it's so good. Oh, well, I think it's because I saw a tweet about how I forgot what song it was. Oh shit.
Wasn't it from part 3 too?
No, it was from part 6. Because there's like a song that whenever Rocky hears it, he thinks of Jolene.
Oh, it's the ending song.
Yeah. Shit, what's it called again?
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Harley Quinn. Leave.
Oh shit, I gotta watch that Valentine's special.
Me too.
And season 2, 3? Season 3, right? That's the newest season?
JoJo Part 6 ending song. I feel bad that I go.
I know.
What a wonderful world. That's the song that came up. Distant Dreamer by Duffy.
That's it.
What it is.
That's it. Because I didn't know that information. So I saw this tweet and it had the scene on there, and it had the little blurb saying that anytime a Rocky hears this song, he thinks of Jolene. And apparently he had to fight for it or something. I don't know the full story behind it.
That sounds like him. Can we also take a moment to recognize how amazing this is for all of us? Araki just confirmed that he's the kind of person that pictures his OCs with songs, much like a lot of people and writers do. Thank you for normalizing that forever.
Yeah. Thank you, Araki, for inspiring other artists like Kubo.
And me, because that's what I do with my
Exactly.
OCs that might one day see the light of day.
And maybe one day.
Yes.
Yeah. But we don't have time to talk about your OCs.
We have to talk about some Japanese guy's OCs and his own German OC too, for whatever reason.
Yeah. So now that Wamu's defeated and dead, and Joseph takes his antidote.
Oh! Wait! No, you don't! No, you fucking don't!
I tried to block him again, guys.
No, you don't! No, you don't! Are you about to mention what Cars does in response to his death?
I'll let you handle that then.
It is incredible. It's definitely more than one fucking note.
Damn.
So, Cars. As soon as Wamu dies, Kars says to himself, "Man, Wamu, he died to his pride." And you think that it's a dig at Wamu. It's like, "Oh man, you fucking died. You fucking suck." No. There is so much more to that. Because, he is mad that Wamu lost. However, 3 vampires also says like, yeah, Wamu sucks, doesn't he? Kars immediately stabs them all in their face and they die. And it's like, no, don't you dare belittle him. He had his weaknesses, but don't you dare belittle those weaknesses. Fuck off.
Again, like Kars has respect even for those that are like still below him, but are kind of on his level. Like he respects those people.
Yeah, we're about to see the clash between those two after we get through Lisa.
And again, it's just like what Dio did with Jonathan. I mean,
yes!
At the end of part 1, it's like, yeah, these people are pieces of shit, but they have some sort of respect. Now, we see that Kars doesn't have a lot of respect with this fight with Lisa, but again,
he doesn't know anything about her. He just recognized that. Oh yeah, that was kind of smart of you to just hide the stone from us. It's all right.
Well, she's an enemy, like, because that's his thing. Like that's been the whole thing with the Pillarmen is these Hamon users and their tribe. How like they're the only ones that can face the Pillarmen. And so yeah, they're their enemies. I'm not gonna respect my enemy. Like Wamu can do that. That's his thing. That's cool and all that.
Well, he died.
But that's not my thing. Yeah, exactly. He died because of that. I'm not gonna die because of that. Fuck these people.
We'll do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, which he does.
Yeah, and that's why Rocky regretted what happened.
Exactly. But hey, we find out about Lisa here.
Yes. Thanks to Smokey Bear of all characters.
Smokey and Speedwagon's fine.
I will admit, it is a bit weird dialogue. Like, this is just weird to notice, where it's like, well, this matter is up to the Joestars. 50 years ago.
Yeah, because, like, Smokey and Speedwagon are right there while Joseph's confronting Kars. And we get exposition jump. Because even Speedwagon's just like, it's not really my place to say. But here's the story.
Yeah, and like again, you have that line where it's like, this matter is up for the Joestars to settle.
Yeah.
So there's a man named Dio.
So, what we're alluding to, everybody, is remember hundreds of years ago, back when the vampires roamed the earth. Back when Star Wars was a decent IP. There was a boat that exploded. And there were only 2 survivors that we know of, I think.
Yeah, only 2. There were only 2.
It was a blonde lady and a baby.
Yep.
That baby ended up Lisa, who was raised by Streetzo, learned Hamon, all that fun stuff. She had already, her fate was sealed the moment she was picked up by a pregnant Joestar. Because Erina was a Joestar for about 20 minutes.
Hey, she gave birth to a Joestar. As far as we know, there's still some Joestar in her.
Exactly. And Lisa and George, they got married. George got roped into some bullshit during the First World War.
Oh yeah, no, he was he was like apparently a big old hero, and then turns out, oh well, one of those vampires from Dio's castle, one of them survived and infiltrated the ranks of the royal military. George was observant, as he would be, and that is like apparently, trickiness can be hereditary according to Iraqi. And because of that, he found that, hey, there's a vampire in our ranks. Oh shit, he's going after and then he dies.
Exactly. So,
and Speedwagon even cements that. It's like, yeah, fucking Joestar luck or fate. Fuck, damn it, gravity bullshit.
So there's gravity number 2 of this video. Okay, and write that note down, future walk-ins. Okay, yeah. So we get that whole backstory. Oh, and how does Lisa respond to this? Well, she just goes and murders the guy.
Which I actually kind of admire quite a bit. You don't get like any like, hello, my name is Lisa, or she tries to figure out there's more than no,
she just hard cut. Yeah, just hard cut to her slicing the dude's head.
Oh, she slices him in half.
Yeah,
he's just set on fire. It's like, holy shit, it's so metal.
A shame somebody saw.
Yeah, she was careless, as Speedwagon notes.
So that's why she was on an island by herself in Italy, whatever. So Joseph is not only trying to protect his teacher, but unbeknownst to him until the end of the series, that's his mommy. And she's about to die because Cars is a piece of shit.
No, Joseph, I am your mother. That's not true. You're 50?
But we don't have time to talk about mothers. Germans are here again.
Yes, and they have these shoulder lights that produce UV lights. And they basically take care of the army of vampires so that, you know, everyone has a chance to live.
Yeah. And then they try to get Cars.
And
good idea.
Yeah, I was actually quite mad on that episode because Cars he got outsmarted by Joseph again.
Yeah.
And he paid for it by being impaled by a few crystal spikes. And Stroheim is just standing in front of him, and I'm like, use the light. This is a chance to kill him. Fucking get his ass. Go kill him. And it's like, oh no, we gotta wheel out this giant light tank first. And like, use the light, you fool.
Well,
but it didn't matter.
They gotta have enough UV lights.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just like, but even still, that kind of light would at least like pin him down or stop him from doing anything more.
Nah.
But no, it doesn't matter because that all Cars wanted was light, any form of it. He played possum like Joseph did and won because of that.
Yep. Again, he's Joseph's Joseph. And he dons the mask.
Oh my god.
And becomes an immortal being.
Oh, he's been immortal, but
truly immortal now.
You and Naruto logic were moderates. Like now, well, I need to find that line from Grant again. I need to pull it up. I will find it.
But that's the thing, because like, I love how the anime does this with like the sun rising behind him.
Yep.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh, good job, anime staff, for doing that. But you know what? This fight, while you're looking up that line,
yeah, go for it. This is all you, buddy.
This fight needs just one technique, one simple and easy technique. Some might claim that is the best technique of all time. The best laid plan of all time. We mentioned it earlier, and it's back again. Smokey, time to run away. but there's a reason for running away. Joseph finds the German plane and just flies, trying to get Cars to follow him. And again, thank you for a narrator being here to be like, hey, this is what's happening. Cars is evolving. Because we see that Cars can like make his hand into a feral squirrel that kills people. Again, this is the pinnacle of JoJo. This is why it's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, you may have seen some of it in part 1. When you see a man's hand turn into a squirrel and then reenact that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you gotta sit there and ask yourself, what the hell am I watching? So yeah, Joseph finds the German plane. He flies away because he knows that Cars is going to be hell-bent on killing Joseph, because Joseph's basically the one person right now that can kill Cars.
And there's really no plan for Joseph either. He's,
No.
pun intended, winging it.
Exactly. Like, and that's the crazy part about, again, this is Joseph finally like reaching that level of just like, oh, I have no control over this battle. Again, like all the other fights he had in this series with the cops, with the gangsters, with, you know, progressively getting more and more tougher opponents, but we still see it that he is in control. Even his fight with ACDC, where he felt, where there was tension with that, and where you're just like, how is Joseph going to get through this? Same thing with Wamu. Like, Joseph always found his way back in control. And here, not so much. Like, he has nothing. He has nothing anymore. What'd you bring up? What'd you bring up? I wonder if this might make it in the audio recording, so.
Good!
Prepare to die.
Obtuve la inmortalidad perfecta.
Ah, perfect
right.
immortality.
Oh, that's
And for eternity.
I have now acquired perfect immortality for all eternity. What a stupid fucking line.
Hey. It's a perfectly good line.
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
Here's the crazy part, though. Stroheim is on the plane
He jumped on the
somehow. Half of his body, because he got
no, he's
cut in
still there.
half.
Doesn't he still make it there?
I thought he was cut in half.
I thought he
Like, and
jumped-
then he jumped on the plane.
My Mandela effect is, did he? I thought he
don't
jumped
know.
on the plane and then he lost half his body at the volcano. Unless I'm
I don't remember.
I'm looking it
Maybe
up.
he was at the volcano. Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember him being half a body at the volcano.
Yeah.
Ooh, that volcano.
Oh,
Because a lot of people don't like the volcano thing.
Well, I can't believe I get to say this, but congratulations, people who think that's bad. You don't understand it. You have failed. To quote one dick named Patrick Willems, you watched it incorrectly.
How dare you? For you see, the volcano was the plan the entire time.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
See, again, it's the gun.
Oh no,
It's
no, no!
all-
I meant
it's the
I
red
can
gun.
actually defend why the volcano. I can defend the cause and effect right in that all things stem from. I can actually
to them.
defend the volcano.
Give it to them.
All right, so Joseph Joestar is on a plane. He has no idea what to do. He's literally winging it. Till he notices a volcano, and it's like, all right, I got nothing else. Maybe the lava will kill him. If it doesn't, fuck, I'm out. So he throws out the parachute that has a dummy attached, and when Cars goes for that parachute, it's like, oh no, he got me again. Joseph stayed in the plane and tackled the plane into Cars, launched it into the volcano. So we already have, everything makes sense so far, alright? It's all good. It's okay. Cars is melting, and then he does a little Wamu trick, in a way, where he creates like a little layer of air to separate the lava and create a little inorganic shell to survive. And then he does a fucking stand rush inside the lava and the earth to break out. Do you remember that shit?
Oh, I remember.
The first stand rush, technically, and it was all Cars. Comes out, slices Joseph's hand. You even get to see a really cool, like, first-person flashback on Cars' side. It's like, oh, man, that was really cool. Now, Joseph he's about to die, you know? Cars is reveling in this, because he's been waiting so long to hear Joseph just squeal. and he goes in for the kill. On instinct, because that's what Joseph always does. His self-preservation is his main instinct. He holds up his hand, and it's the Redstone of Asia. And what does that Redstone of Asia do to Hamon energy again, Watkins? What's that mean?
I know the answer to this question, teacher. It enhances Hamon, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah! 50 points to Ravenclaw. Or, Gryffindor. That's your house, right? Gryffindor?
Thank you, yes.
Alright, 50 points to Gryffindor. You see, it's hundreds of times enhanced. And you may be thinking, wait, Hamon energy? Why is Cars using Hamon energy? Because he directly states that he wants to use Hamon as the key to killing Joseph. He literally, he's like pouring magma, or he used Hamon to make like lava appear on Joseph's leg. He is getting a giant erection, the ultimate life erection, by using the Hamon to kill Joseph, this thing that he's so proud of.
Joseph even loses a hand in the process. He pulls a Luke Skywalker.
Yes, and Cars uses Hamon, hits the stone, and that Hamon. And oh, by the way, there's a line. There's an interesting line where Cars, Joseph, and Stroheim all go, shit, Cars' Hamon like 100 times stronger than Joseph's. You take that shit, you put it into another 100 times more powerful enhanced stone, and that light shoots to the volcano. That bitch is going to erupt to space.
And guess what it does?
It erupts him to space.
I love it because Cars is still trying to out Joseph. And then we finally get the line of, you're gonna say this next. And the satisfaction I get every time, because the whole fight, I told you we were gonna circle back to this. I told you when we mentioned it before, with Joseph's little gimmick of, next you're gonna say, to represent how in control of a fight he's in. He finally gets that moment right here with Cars, because the whole time, Cars even pulls it on him. I think AC/DC does too. Earlier.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, again, to hammer in and emphasize that point. But Cars, like, I don't think Cars even actually says it now I think about it. But
aha! I found it!
What'd you find?
Stroheim had his legs on the plane,
Okay.
but when they land, thanks to the crash landing, that's how we lost him.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. I knew when they were at the volcano he was. Okay, cool. So, yeah, because Cars himself, just the way he talks, he doesn't need to do that gimmick to Joseph, because that's something that's beneath him and all that. Because Cars wants to be a little more serious in this. Even though he's Joseph's Joseph, he's a little bit more serious when it comes to these kind of things. But Joseph, there can only be one. And Cars, now you're gonna be drifting into space because you're a little bit higher than I am, and that's high enough for you to keep going into space, while I just fall back down to Earth on this rock. And the way Cars is defeated, it's so perfect, because he tries to get back. He tries to pull the Wamu with the air. He tries that, but here's the thing. You're in space. Like, you're not going to be able to pulsate your way back. And, like, his body dysmorphs and into the point where he is frozen for all eternity. Because he's still immortal. Like, until he gets to the point where, like, his brain just shuts off. Because I think the narrator even says something about that, where it's like he survived until there was nothing in his mind, so he's still technically still alive.
Oh yeah, he's living.
He's just a vegetable. He's a frozen vegetable.
Yep. The Japanese sub, because I remember the Japanese sub going like,
Mhm.
eventually he stopped thinking.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just like that's actually kind of terrifying when you think about it. Like
Yep.
he reached a point where he just stopped thinking.
Araki has an amazing way of making characters have a fate worse than death.
Yeah,
Dio was
oh.
just like straight up death because
Yeah.
he had it coming. Cars stopped thinking. Kira dragged to hell, maybe.
Yeah.
Diavolo, infinite deaths. Poochie never existed.
Funny Valentine just continues to spin.
Infinite spin.
And oh wait, what happened to what's his face? Oh shit!
What?
I literally forgot what happened.
To the doctor?
Oh my god, what happened to him? Yeah.
Didn't he get like a little bubble shot into him and he died because of the spin thing?
Fuck, why am I forgetting it now? It was so uneventful, I forgot it. Oh no, Jojolian, no. Oh no.
That's why it's everyone's favorite part.
No. Don't worry, we'll do our quick read one day. That'll be fun. But yeah, so everybody thinks JoJo's dead. But he's not. He was healed by Suzy Q.
You remind me of the Simpsons meme of everyone's watching TV. This guy walks in the room, he's like, oh, "You're alive! I thought you were dead. I was."
Yeah, that's basically what happens. Oh, and everyone lives happily ever after. You know, JoJo finds out about Lisa. He kind of regrets peeping on her at that moment.
With that face.
God, imagine that realization. Oh, poor JoJo. Speedwagon walks into the sunset without having a kid, which is tragic.
Aww.
And Smokey lived out his days as a humble servant to the Joestar family. And we end part 2 with Joseph. 30 years later, 50 years later, however many years later. It's the 80s now, you know, crazy things happening. He's on his next trip to Japan to visit his lovely daughter. But something's amiss. And we're not just talking about the lady he finds to have relations with. Oh no. No, something's up with his grandson. And it all involves a little crate that has the word Dio on it.
When I first saw that for the first time, I was like, wait, Jonathan? They're gonna find Jonathan's corpse? Oh.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, it's like how naive I was.
No, when I first saw it and I saw the word Dio on there, I distinctly remember me jumping from my seat and saying, "Oh shit!" But not just saying, "Oh shit." No. I screamed, "Oh shit," to the point where my roommate at the time texted me afterwards and asked me, "Are you good?"
Yeah.
Yeah, just, you know, Devil Incarnate's coming back. And that's where we leave part 2. What a good part.
You don't really get that with the other parts where it just leads into the next. Is like
No.
This is that sense of like you really understand this is like originally Araki was just aiming for the trilogy. This is all leading up to the final thing, and holy fuck.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's like, again, like, I think, and I'll touch more on this when we start talking about part 3, but part 1 and 2, it's one full story. It's, you know, shit. You know what? Maybe I'll save this conversation for when we start part 3. Because Araki kind of changes his storytelling a bit, where instead of like a full through like narrative, like there's still narrative in the other parts, don't get me wrong, but parts 1 and 2, to me, their biggest strong suit above the other parts is their narrative flow. Like everything flows and leads you towards the end. Part 3 starts a new writing style of Araki, and a writing style that some people might not like, which I think is part of the reason why part 3 is so low on people's rankings of the parts. But again, we'll touch on that aspect when we talk about part 3. I think I know what I might be alluding to with that.
Yes.
And there's good things about that. There's bad things about that. I'll leave it there because there's a change, but man, it's so good. Again, like this is 80s in a nice little bubble. This is all of your 80s action movies right here. Because the other thing too, because a lot of people don't like that ending with cars because, oh, Joseph got super lucky. Like, oh, that's bullshit, which Trevor just sat here and explained to you why it's not, because it makes sense. You know, it's explained to you, it's told to you. Like, it's not something you have to deep dive for. It's literally right there. Like, that's one thing about JoJo. Everything's right there for you. Plain as day, crystal clear, all in black and white, or colored if you're reading it or watching it. It's right there for you to consume and understand. There's no reason for you not to. But also, not only that, because this is a nice little homage to 80s movies and 80s action movies, look at the main characters of those and tell me if any of them should have survived the shit they were in.
Yes.
Because guess what? Arnold Schwarzenegger probably shouldn't have.
Hmm?
He probably shouldn't have. Jean-Claude Van Damme probably shouldn't have. Fucking Sylvester Stallone? I mean, maybe the Rocky movies, because that's just boxing. But even still, like, concussions are a thing. He's gotten brain damage, whatever. Like, they're invincible. And to a point, because, at the end of the movies, you get their battle damage, whatever. Same thing happened with Joseph. He lost his arm. He lost that hand of his. He's got a robotic hand now, which comes into play in part 3. In many times. I don't know, dude. It's just, I love part 2. I love it so much, because, like, part 1 was a good introduction for everything. And part 2, Araki really showed what he's capable of going into these future parts. Now, again, he changes his narrative storytelling with part 3. Again, we'll talk about that another time, but part 2, he really had something with it.
I would also like to make... I agree with pretty much everything we said. I would also like to add a hot take.
No.
A super hot take that I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with.
No.
No, it's too late. I guarantee, because I feel like you are going to agree with me. The Pillar Men could probably, like, solo most, if not like 98% of all the stand users. They are that big of a threat.
I mean, when you have stands that are like cars and a gun.
Oh, I can punch really fast. Adorable.
You can stop time. Oh, cute.
I can summon squirrels. I control all life.
I am light. There are some stands that would probably beat them, like, well, when we get to the Requiem shit.
Yep.
Fucking Requiem. But whatever. I'm done talking about part 2. I love it. I love it dearly, but I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. I love it. It's only a 9 because It only because Part 7 exists,
Oh,
and that can be only one 10 out of 10.
I can't believe this is actually happening.
Oh,
I would call it a 9.5 out of 10.
that is a-okay. I don't like decimals.
It's objective.
Well, sometimes I have decimals. Who knows? Dewey Decimal System's a thing, right, Sydney? You've been a good girl this whole recording, haven't you?
You fucking bitch.
Yeah. So let us know down in the comments what you thought of Part 2 of JoJo. Did
If
you
you don't
like it?
agree
Did
with
you
us,
hate
you're
it?
wrong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're objectively wrong if you don't agree with us.
Oh, dang.
You heard me. Tune in next time when we talk about Part 3, and just like a Rocky, we'll probably change the way we talk about it there, because
It took us 2.5 hours to do 16 episodes. We are fucked come part 3.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and rip the band-aid off for Trevor here, everybody. Here's how we're going to tackle Part 3. It's very simple, because a lot of them, due to the nature of the structure that Iraqi had, we can just go by it with each fight. Because some fights, you don't really have to say much about. Others,
so
you might
sweet.
have to. Yeah,
Alright.
exactly. It's basically like, hey, look, Wheel of Fortune. It was a car. The guy looked funny. Oh, look, Strength. It was an ape that wanted to touch a little girl.
Hot.
So go check out the links for Trevor's stuff. You know, his little Twitters, and check out his YouTubes, because sometimes he streams. So sometimes.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do more of that in the future.
One day Splash Mountain will be there. One day, you know. Hey, give us a little progress on Splash Mountain. Where are you? That means he hasn't done anything since last time.
Wait, no, there's progress. Let me check what page I was on. Shit, where was I? I finished the sacred live-action segment of the film. That part's done. The only thing I have left to do for the live-action segment is just get the clips from Song of the South, just throw them in there, but that shouldn't be too difficult. But I got the live-action section done with all the complicated edits that I want to get done.
Good, excellent, yes.
What page am I on? Because out of potentially 70, because I have to put in those 2 little books about the writing process for Song of the South.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a sec. Am I? Oh my goodness gracious. Out of potentially 70, I'm on page 24.
Oh.
We've progressed quite a bit so far.
Good progress being made. See, you guys will see that on this channel in 2030.
Yeah, probably. No one knows. The good news is that test video that I put up, it's still monetized, so you know what? It's good so far.
Good, excellent.
The next parts are take care of the animated bits, script the whole writing process, which is oh boy, do I have stories for you to tell?
Yay!
And then it's like how Splash Mountain was approved because a child liked hills. I'm not even fucking lying. And then the ride itself and its international variants. And then that's it. It'll be over. There's even a rap song that I have to cover.
A rap song?
Yes, there's a rap song that I have to cover. You've seen it before.
That's right. Oh no.
I have to cover how Ernest went to Splash Mountain too. And at the end of it, there might be a special surprise if I had the vocal cords for it, so to say.
I've waited for so long.
Yep.
Oh, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff.
Do it,
I've been your world
pussies.
champion. There's been Trevor. And Knuckles, I want you to give us some great words of inspiration. Here's your Knuckles thing of the day.